You know, the first thing I think about when I think about Idaho is potatoes, but there's so much more to it. They have a crazy dairy industry here, of course, the free-range cattle, but we're not here for steak and potatoes this week. We're here to fish. We're gonna fish 4 or 5 different systems over the next few days, targeting cutthroats, rainbows, browns, and even Rocky Mountain whitefish, which I think is so cool. I haven't fished for these fish in a while, so I'm looking forward to tangling with a couple of them. Stay with us, because all of this is coming to you next on The New Fly Fisher.
Ooh, that's a nice sized fish.
Absolutely fantastic. Nice. Oh my goodness, that's the kind of fish they make stickers out of.
The New Fly Fisher is supported by Visit Idaho, Visit Sun Valley, Vair Watches, Scientific Anglers, Trout Unlimited.
When I was a kid and began fly fishing, I read everything that I had available to me. And in those days, a large majority was on the western US. I dreamed of being one of those dudes in the pictures and illustrations, donning a Stetson and a fancy vest, casting into crystal clear mountain rivers against the backdrop of the magnificent Rockies. Well, it only took me 50 years, but that's where I am now. So join me for a glimpse of this classic American water as I fish with the talented guides at a Silver Creek Outfitters in Sun Valley, Idaho. Well, we're finally here after a long and grueling travel day yesterday. We're finally here in Idaho, and today we're on the Salmon River. Correct. I'm with Scott Connell. He's one of about 40 guides out of Silver Creek Outfitters, which is a really impressive number. And when you consider that about 35 of them do this almost full time, you know there's a market here. But that aside, what are we going to be doing today and fishing for?
Well, we'll be fishing for rainbow trout, cutthroat trout, and Rocky Mountain whitefish.
Okay. What's our in a nutshell approach?
In a nutshell approach, we'll either be indicator nymph fishing,
okay,
or we may even do dry dropper. We'll kind of go get down on the water. We'll take a look at it and see if there are any heads poking up at all.
Okay.
If not, the game here recently for me has been mostly nymphing.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
I'm into that.
All right.
Let's go fishing.
Outstanding. All right. So if you're like me, I like to get down to the river and I like to survey it before I decide what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if I'm not seeing heads popping up,
right,
and seeing a lot of bug activity on the water, like we've seen a couple of red quills, we see some betas up here. We saw that one little stonefly,
yeah.
But we don't see any topwater activity yet at this point. And it may just be that the water hasn't warmed up enough for the bugs to get moving and get those fish active.
Well, it's also, I don't know how much it affects it here, but it's clear water, and we did get a bit of a late start this morning, but the sun is right on the pool too, and in pressured water where I fish, that can be an indication that they're just down. But that's a great point, and it's something that I can't reiterate enough, because in my guiding life, I always preach, stop and take a look at what's going on. Survey, just as Scott said, survey the water, give yourself a sense of what's going on, and then make your approach. You can always adjust and adapt, but take a look at things, see what's going on, and then go fishing.
Correct.
I think it makes perfect sense.
Yep.
Okay, what are we doing?
Let's rig up, and I think right now we should go to an indicator.
Okay.
Rig.
That water is cool. It's cooler than I thought it was going to be.
54.5 degrees.
54, that's
Yep.
perfect.
Yep.
I like the looks of that ledge
Yeah.
on the far side.
Love
there.
that ledge. That looks like a good drift. Those bubbles are going by.
Yep.
So we must be tickling bottom. And we may even want to drop it down another foot or so as you get further out.
That clear water is fairly unforgiving, eh? You know, they get a long look.
Yes, they do.
After a bit, Scott really wasn't feeling it. You'd think there'd even be a dink in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we made the call to head downriver and get off the beaten track a bit. As we walked downstream, we came across a lone, spent Chinook salmon, still hovering around a red. These fish go through an unbelievable migration to get here, and when you consider that it's over 900 miles of river from the Pacific, you can't help be in awe of these magnificent creatures. After a short walk downstream, we posted up on a plungy and pockety little run, and it didn't take long before we found the trout.
Ooh, that looks like a fish, I was going to say. Nice. Myself here.
Yeah, that's a cutty.
Nice, nice.
Pretty.
Beautiful. Look at
Yeah.
the colors on that fish.
Oh, yeah.
I just love those cutthroat trout.
Yeah, they are. They are beautiful fish.
See those little pin marks?
Yeah.
And that
The
little orange slash
yeah.
under there? There you go,
Beauty.
friend. Thank you for playing. Nicely done.
Thanks.
Nicely done.
Might as well give that another.
It's nice to be
Another
seeing
go.
these cutties up here because typically they've been down further,
Okay.
downriver further,
Okay.
but they're starting to make their way back up here. And they are native to here.
They're all wild.
Yep.
Well, that even makes it cooler, in my estimation. I certainly don't mind catching stocked or even what we sometimes refer to as those naturalized fish, but there's something special about wild fish.
Absolutely.
So what we're doing here is essentially high stick nymphing. This is what I would consider pocket water, but the important thing is when you're doing this, because I'm fairly close to the fish, I'm afforded the ability to keep my fly line off the water. The indicator, as you'll see here, tends to get hung up a little bit in there, but I'm putting what I refer to as just little micro mends in the line after each cast, just to allow the fly and the indicator to decide what they're going to do in terms of drifting through this pocket. But the important thing is to keep as much of the fly line off the water as you can, still keep an eye on the indicator until, like I said, it decides what it wants to do. By keeping the fly line off the water, you're really going to reduce the amount of drag. If I make a cast and have a whole bunch of line in the water like this, I'm really limited as to what I can do with that. If my rod is low, it's going to drag immediately and just look unnatural. So the key is keep as much of the fly line out of the water as you can, and this is why we refer to it as high sticking, because you're high sticking. The rod tip is high, and I'm able to sort of negotiate that through those rocks, let the current pick it up, and get a decent drag. Especially in this clear water, which is far more unforgiving than any stained water. That's the key.
Yeah, that drag-free drift is everything.
Yeah. We continued to sort of run and gun and pick our way downstream. When we found rising fish, we would stalk them And when they weren't looking up, we went down to them. Cutthroats are notoriously surface-oriented, but that doesn't mean they'll always come to a dry. Let the fish tell you what they want by how they're behaving, and I guarantee you'll have more success.
Oh, a little, wasn't a big fish, but it took the dry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's a riser.
Another one.
Yeah.
Oh,
another one.
all of a sudden, they just,
Man, there's another one.
something's going on there. Right on that seam.
There it
There we
is.
go.
There it is.
There we
Nice.
go.
Nice. Nicely done.
Eventually, that's
Nice.
a rainbow, isn't it?
Looks like it. Yeah. There we go. Nope. Actually, a rainbow.
Is it a
You're right.
rainbow?
Yep.
Cool.
It's a rainbow.
Nice.
Sweet.
Nice.
Now that one looks like a stocky.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You can see the.
Oh, yeah, yeah. The fins
Kinda
of the
broomed off.
gill rakers are.
In case that is a cutty, just let them take that down. It's all landing
Yeah.
on the water.
Yeah, and it's a hard thing to teach too, because the first thing that guys want to do is when you tell them to sort of shock the rod tip, the first thing they do is stuff like that.
Yes.
It's just a pull and a lift. There's nothing flicky or herky-jerky in fly fishing. Everything has to be
Slowly,
controlled. Yeah.
There you go, like that. That was beautiful. That was a nice, slow, beautiful, nicely done. And he took the small one.
Yeah.
He took the emerger.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what we want. Oh, yeah. Nice.
There you go. Oh, there we go.
Nice.
There we go. Nicely
Nice.
done.
Way to
Nicely
go.
done.
Wow,
Outstanding.
you're
Gorgeous.
coming in.
As I've often said, versatility is the key in fly fishing. So when the dry fly bite slowed, we went deep.
You may want to try going down a little further on it too.
Going down.
Just dropping the
The
fly down another, I don't know, 6 or 8 inches.
Okay.
That's a set. There you go. Nicely done. Nicely done. Nicely done. Just because that color change, we're never sure how deep we got to go, right? And sometimes just the slightest of changes in depth
Absolutely.
make all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
I tell
That might
guys
be a
that.
mountain white. He took the smaller fly.
Did it take the smaller one?
Yep. Yep, whitey.
Is it a whitey? Cool.
Mountain whitefish.
Cool.
The colors on him. There you go, friend. Off you go. Off you go.
Scott just had me make a minor adjustment to my indicator. He came down and he said, you might want to just move that up a little bit, like 6 or 8 inches, rather than a foot or 14 inches. Why do we do things like that, Scott?
Well, the biggest reason is you don't want to go down. If you're getting good drifts through a particular zone and you're not getting any hits in a place that looks fishy, I always like to make a small little adjustment rather than a big adjustment to begin with, because rather than getting down too deep too quick, and potentially snagging your fly, losing the fly, have to tie another one back on, and
Or just out of the zone.
exactly,
Yeah.
just being out of the zone. So sometimes just a an adjustment of 6 or 8 inches rather than a foot or 2 feet right off the bat makes all the difference in the world. And typically I'll start always a little more shallow in something like this because you never know exactly what strata that the fish are holding in. So by starting there, getting your good drifts, if you're not getting anything, and it's a place that you know should hold fish or just looks like it has all the right elements, go ahead and make a micro adjustment like that. And oftentimes, like I think on the first cast,
It was the first cast, yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. But if you don't know, start with less weight than you think you need,
yep,
and start with the indicator at the depth you think you need.
right,
If you're not setting the hook, this is my thing. If you're not setting the hook on every 5th or 6th cast, you don't want to be setting it on every cast,
exactly.
then you're too heavy or
Right.
too far.
You're too
you gotta
far
make
down.
you gotta make adjustments.
Correct.
But my magical number, the thing that I look for, is I want to be setting the hook on every 5th or 6th cast.
Right.
And then, if you move down 25 feet, that might come up
Exactly.
18 inches, and you got to make more adjustments.
Correct.
But if you're just doing the same over and over again with the same distance and the same weight, you're pissed in the wind.
Yep. That certainly looks like it's tickling bottom, doesn't it?
I felt so good about that drift.
What's that?
I felt so good about that drift.
No, that was a nice drift.
I was thinking, that's going to get eaten.
Yep. It's a nice fish.
Keep
That
going
looks
right
like a very nice fish.
back at me.
Ooh, nicely done.
We stuck it out a bit longer and managed a couple more trout. It was a good period on a great day.
That was as good a start as I can imagine. I mean, far exceeded my expectations. We laid a beating on it. We got a lot of fish. It was a great day for me because it's getting me familiar with this. And I say we pack it in and then hit them hard again tomorrow.
Sounds great.
That was awesome, buddy.
Yeah,
I
enjoyed it
can't
thoroughly.
thank you enough.
Fun
It was
fishing
good.
with you.
You too.
Absolutely.
That's great.
This place doesn't get old, and although it was only my second day in Sun Valley, I was already falling in love with it. This morning, we were on another river in another valley, and I was with Stoddard Rowley. And from what I'd heard about Stodd, I was in for a fun ride.
Another beautiful morning in Idaho. I'm with Stoddard Rowley from another one of the other guides from Silver Creek Outfitters. And where are we, Stodd?
We're out here on the Big Lost River, looking for the odd rainbow and mostly cutthroat trout in here. We'll see what we can do. We're swinging some flies. We'll also be dry fly fishing quite a bit. There's betas flying around, and
Yep.
we're hoping to see some red quills.
Cool. Well, let's go fishing.
Let's do it.
All right.
As we've mentioned before, there's no need to rush into a run and start flailing away before you survey it. In this case, Stodd spotted a fish before I did and put me in the right place to make a cast into a considerably tough lie.
That was a weird looking fish. That didn't look like a cutthroat. That might do it. Oh! Yeah, nice.
That's all right.
That was sick.
That's all right.
I was about to say, I was like, ooh, you're getting a little close in there.
I love that, man.
That was pretty cool.
That was sexy.
Just bring him over whenever he's ready. He's pretty pissed.
He is.
Water ski, water ski, water ski.
Nice. Fantastic. What a way to start. Holy cow.
That looks like a nice rainbow.
It is a rainbow, yeah. That was too cool. Thanks.
Nice
brother.
work.
That was fun. So this is the first, we only made about 4 or 5 casts. Stodd actually saw that fish rise, and it's the only fish that we've seen, but Stodd saw it rise just ahead of the stick up that we just took it out of. And that was a good fish. I mean, that was probably 13 inches. It's a
Yeah, something like that.
nice small river rainbow. Let's get some more.
I know I can't. I'm just scanning to see if there's any more fish.
That was too
Yeah,
cool.
nice work.
That was too cool.
That was good. And that looks like a cutty.
Well, we're getting a feel. I mean, if they're in this bright sun, maybe that's what we're looking for. Is he's gone. That's all right.
LDR.
Maybe
That looked like a cutthroat.
yeah. I think that was a cutthroat.
Took the net out too soon.
Where do you want me, boss?
Just keep fishing this bank. If you're gonna fish up or like 90 degrees, just do a little reach mend.
Yep.
Oh, set.
I took my eye off that for just a second.
We continued to work our way upstream and did find some fish, but the clear water and high sun was working against us. We went back and forth between streamers, dry flies, and dry dropper rigs, and had some fun with all three. But the high sun and clear water made it tough. It was no less enjoyable though, and I must say, we took a good number of fish through the morning and early afternoon.
Whoa.
Oh, isn't he? Look at him go.
He was pissed.
Anyways, he is. He's an angry trout. I love it.
Little cutthroat.
I love it.
Don't be afraid to fish the inside too, the
Yep.
left. God, what's up with these dinks?
Come here. Come here. Little fella. Pretty. Pretty little fish. Oh, there was a refusal S right there. Came up and looked at it.
Big fish?
I just saw the
Just a quick flash.
turn and burn. Right there.
You wanna... Oh, linked up. I was gonna say, you wanna change up your fly? Oh, a little nicer.
A little nicer.
Oh.
What?
Okay, streamer time.
Did you just see a big fish?
Oh, it just tried to eat your fish. Oh, yeah. I just rigged up a new streamer too. Looks a lot like that fish. That's a nice barbless hook too.
Now, trout fishing on small streams is all about being versatile, or maybe I should say, not being obstinate.
All right.
And who knows where that thing came from
I know.
or where it is. So just get in there.
There's a fish. A little better.
yeah.
A little better.
Not a monster, but that's a good fish.
Yeah, man. Ah, he's gone.
Oh, I was gonna say, did we
Sorry.
lose the fly?
Nope.
LDR.
LDR.
Very ethical. It's the thing with streamer fishing, you miss a lot of fish.
I mentioned that I didn't associate cutthroat with streamers, but by this point, the majority of large fish that we had moved had been on the big offering. This simply drove home the fact that cutthroats are still trout, and in the end, they will eat their young. Small streams and rivers can be a challenge, and when you approach them, you should keep the 80-20 rule in mind. That being that 80% of the river can and often is void of fish. With that said, challenge yourself to fish the tough stuff. Yeah, you're going to lose some flies, but you'll catch more fish and ultimately become a better angler.
Okay, it's got to happen in here.
Oh yeah, nice. I mean, come on. That's just as greasy as it gets. I mean, that was right in their home. Thanks, shot.
Oh, nice fish too. Nice fish.
Holy Where'd that thing come from?
There he is. I got him. I got him.
Oh, damn, I can't believe it just ate that. That was cool.
For the afternoon, we continued to stick and move, and Stott had us casting the fish everywhere we went. We also continued to mix up our presentations, as the water and the fish dictated.
Couple more and then let's roll. We got a few more spots in mind. Uh-huh. And you didn't stick him at all.
No, I didn't stick him. I don't think he even touched it.
Put it up a little bit higher. There's a couple more buckets upstream that we can hit pretty quick. This is where I've seen some big fish.
Okay.
So we could watch for a second or just swing meet.
There's a fish. It's not a monster, but it's a good fish.
Yeah.
Clobbered it. Yeah, that's a nice fish.
Oh, come here.
They fight completely different with those big streamers in their faces, eh? Nice. Nice. Beauty. No problem in this cold water. I don't associate cutthroats with streamers. And we had a lot of encounters today with the streamers. We also had some really good dry fly fishing. That was a nice fish. We got that big rainbow this morning. It's been a good day.
Oh yeah.
Tomorrow, we're gonna do something different. Go to probably another river. What do you think?
We might do a smaller tributary of the main Big Lost River, like the East
Okay.
Fork of the Big Lost or the
I'll let
North
you
Fork
make
of the
that
Big
call.
Lost, but we'll
There's
see.
no lack of fish.
No. No.
Battling high sun, though, you know, I never like it, but we still had a good day.
Yeah,
We'll
that's great.
go after him tomorrow again.
All right.
All right. Sounds good.
What a terrific day. We're going to head back into town and check out the shop. I've visited a lot of fly shops and lifestyle type stores in my travels, and I'd like to think that I have a pretty good eye for a good one. Not that I've really entered a bad one, but Silver Creek Outfitters ranks, I'd have to say, in the top few of the most impressive stores that I've ever had the opportunity to shop at. I had the chance to talk with Sam Ernst, one of Silver Creek's pro staffs, and got a feel for what this operation was all about.
Silver Creek Outfitters started originally across the street, really small fly shop. It was owned and operated by Dick Alves, and it was basically Dick selling the flies that he tied, the Hatchmaster, other basic dry fly patterns to fish the local rivers. In 1979, the current owner, Terry, he moved over here from guiding for Will Godfrey on the Henry's Fork and bought a small portion of the business, and then eventually it transitioned over to this side of the street where Terry built this beautiful building in 1994, And that's when this place really took off and became what it is today. You know, a true lifestyle brand where you can come in here and buy a nice outfit for dinner later at night, or buy the latest and greatest Sims waders. Kind of the motto around here is from caddis to cashmere, we've got you covered. Currently on staff, we have 35 guides. About, I would say 15 of those are true full-time, you know, year-round available to guide. And yeah, our kind of core season is July, August, and September, where all 35 of them are working hard for us out on the water every day. So we have the Big Wood right in town here, the Salmon River to the north, the Big Lost Drainage to the east, Silver Creek to the south, and then we don't guide on it as much, but we do have the upper South Fork of the Boise to our west. So about 6 systems that we guide on regularly, I'd say. If you need to get a hold of us, we have a great website, silver-creek.com, or just give us a call at 208-726-5282 and we'll get you dialed in.
On our third morning, we were joined by Kendall Kirkpatrick from Visit Sun Valley. While Kendall and Stodd headed downstream to fish a run, I went exploring upstream on my own.
We are back in another spectacular setting in Idaho. The beauty of this place can't be understated. On the drive up here, just like yesterday, and the day before for that matter, every bend you come around on these mountain passes is just breathtaking. But we are here to fish. We're on a tributary of the Big Lost. We're going to keep doing what we've been doing, and that's probing it with a dry fly. These cutthroats and the rainbows they seem to be always looking up, but they're not always looking up. So we'll go through with a dry fly, then go back and nymph it, and then failing any success there, we'll go right back with a big smashmouth streamer and see if we can't locate some of the larger fish in the river. It is, this time of year, it is relatively technical. We're going to go through some stuff today to hopefully give you a better path when you do come to an area like this. I thought it might be advantageous for me to talk a little bit about reading small streams. The fish are not everywhere. I have kind of a rule of thumb. What I look for in small creeks is anywhere that you can't see the bottom of the river, it's likely it's going to hold fish. It doesn't mean that they're not going to be in the secondary or shoulder water, but your highest percentage points are going to be those little runs, pockets, pools where you can't see the bottom, especially in this high sun on relatively pressured water. The fish are going to seek out those deeper spots. So target those first, but don't discount the little pockets as you're moving, as you're sort of running and gunning. Don't discount those little pockets, but look for those areas where you can't see the bottom. This is a funny little run. It's deeper out there than it looks, and I'm a little surprised, based on the last couple of days, what we've seen. That I haven't moved a fish in there, but. I've worked through here with my dry fly, a little red quill mayfly that we were using yesterday and finding some fish on. And I didn't have any interest in it, or they didn't have any interest in it. So I'm coming back with a nymph of a similar a similar style to what would be the nymph. I don't have an actual red quill nymph, but I got the right size and profile on with just one tiny split shot and a little indicator. And I'm going to probe this all the way down, just like I did with the dry fly. There may not be a fish in here, but I find that hard to believe, so I want to hit them with everything I've got.
I worked through some likely looking water with all 3 rigs, but it was clear that the fishing was going to be a little tougher today. It always amazes me how one day to the next can be so different, even when the conditions are similar. The trout were just off this morning.
That is surprising. There's a fish. Nice fish too. Big fish. Oh. 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 That might have been my big fish so far of the trip. That looked to be about 3 pounds. It was a big, big fish. Darn it. Yeah, that was a good 17, 18-inch fish. I knew there had to be a big fish in here, or had to be a fish. Just want to take a quick look down here. Oh, that was a fish. I just saw him flash over there. He might have taken a look at my indicator. There's a fish. He came, I saw him come right out of that slack water. It was a good fish too.
Not one to be discouraged though. I stuck with it, working with nymphs and streamers, until I felt that I maybe should hook up with Stodd and Kendall to see if they were faring any better. As it turned out, they were having the same experience. One thing that we have to keep in mind when dealing with reluctant fish is, you don't know what was going on prior to you arriving to the river. There may have been a morning hatch or a spinner fall, and it's simply a matter of the fish being happy and full of bugs. Stay with it though, because low periods of feeding activity won't last forever, and odds are good that the fish will eventually turn on. These fish in rivers, even small rivers, expend an enormous amount of energy and have to feed almost perpetually to keep going. It would be like you or I living our lives on a treadmill. And turn on it did. It wasn't fast and furious, but we did have enough action to say we pulled it off, and the little river started to show us her good side.
There's a fish.
Always linked up.
Finally. Finally.
Here, hold us.
Good, decent fish too.
He persevered.
Decent fish. All right.
Nice work.
This has been a tough morning, Stodd. Like
Oh, for sure.
We have battled. We even brought a another angler with us today to up the odds, but it's been a challenge. And this just goes to show you, you never know from one day to the next. The conditions are no different, a little more wind, but the conditions are really no different than they have been the last 2 days. The fish have just been less cooperative. There we go. There's a bear in the bag. Did it take the
Copper John?
the Copper John?
We worked our way through some pocket water and runs and ended up on a promising little chute. Stodd made the call to sort of finish up here, and as it turned out, we would leave on a high note.
Oh, look at that little guy right there.
That's the first rise I've seen all
too.
day.
Me too. There's a fish. There's a fish.
Oh, and he's linked up. It's turning on. Oh, so
Whitey.
yeah.
Now it's funny. It's interesting, Stodd. These fish are much redder than the ones we were catching on the salmon.
This one's might be kind of getting ready to spout. God. That is a wide body load right there.
There's one.
Oh, you were skeptical of that.
I got the Orbis. I got the Orbis jack going on. Just settle down and I'll put you back. This might be a trout.
Oh God, I better start running. Is it nice? You're kind of getting worked.
He is kind of working me, isn't he?
Dogging you.
Beauty.
Nice. That's a nice trout there.
Is he foul hooked? Tell me he's not foul hooked.
No, you got him in the beak.
Good.
Those hooks are just so good nowadays. The second they're off tension, it's like bing.
This is what we came for, man. This is a good
It's a nice fish.
17-inch cutty. Okay, take the net away. I'm letting him go.
Nice work.
Thanks, brother. That was super cool. That's the big fish of the trip. I wasn't expecting to get, big fish like that on a regular basis, and it just goes to show you got to work a little bit in these late season, low water conditions to find. We just caught, hooked 3 or 4 whitefish in here, and I was kind of having fun with them, and then this fish was right in with the whitefish.
Yeah, same
Probably
zone.
more. You said like 20 minutes ago, you said we're gonna work this hard because if those whitefish are in there, there's going to be other stuff in there, possibly grayling. You said,
Yeah, maybe.
which would be cool, but we'll take the cutties all day. Thanks,
all
brother.
day.
All right.
My name's Kendall. I'm with Visit Sun Valley, and I'm the marketing manager for our team. Visit Sun Valley's main mission is to continue to enrich our community's lives through balanced tourism, focusing on the economic impact of that, as well as focusing on the environmental sustainability portion, where we are trying to encourage tourists to think ethically and mindfully while traveling here. Sun Valley is known for our premier ski resort that's in town on Bald Mountain, but we really encourage individuals to try new different activities here, whether that's cross-country skiing, mountain biking, fly fishing, and participating in our community's events and getting to know locals as well. That's a big thing for us to encourage our travelers.
Today was a perfect example of how one day can be completely different from the next. The last 2 days we've had very similar weather. The big difference today was the wind, and we struggled to find fish early on. We certainly gave them heck in this little run here. We got several beautiful whitefish and that one big cutty. That's the big cutty of the trip. But we're not done. We got a couple more days left, so we're just going to keep going. And I got to tell you, this place is spectacular. I can't wait to get back tomorrow.
For those of you who value time spent outdoors, investing in reliable tools is essential to making the most of your experience in nature. A durable, affordable, and timeless wristwatch is the perfect companion for any angler. And that's exactly what Vair watches are built for. Assembled in America and backed by a guaranteed waterproof warranty, Vair watches offer the ideal balance of affordability and performance. Stay on time and focus on the moments that matter most.
Today, I'm with Dylan Harm, yet another guide from Silver Creek Outfitters, and we're on Silver Creek, outside of Ketchum. It's a spring creek, which I love, and I haven't fished one in a long time. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm doing what I always say not to do, and that's not listen to your guide. Harm wanted to take us into a percentage area to maybe get a couple of big fish out of the way. But we just came across some rising fish out here, and I can't resist it. and you've graciously let me go in there and make a couple of casts.
It's hard not to here.
But what are we going to be doing for the most part today?
So the beauty about this creek and fly fishing in general is everybody has their own way of doing it. I'm going to show you what I like to do.
Sure.
Which is covering a lot of ground, fishing, dry dropper, and when we get the opportunity like this to go cast a rising fish, then we go through our fly box and try to go get it, right?
I won't spend a lot of time here, and I will reiterate, listen to your guide, folks. They always know better than you do. I'm going to go see if I can catch one of these guys.
Having some idea of the tendencies of spring creeks, I approach these fish as gingerly as possible. As you can see, the water is extraordinarily clear, giving me the sense that the fish will be extra spooky. I was happy to have had a couple of encounters, giving me the hope that I wouldn't be completely useless on this river. But I had to rein myself in and get back to doing what my guide was telling me to do. And that was, let's move downriver.
I will say there's a higher percentage shot at getting something decent in a couple zones. So we can cross and fish upstream from the inside bank if you want to.
I can get there as long as I can wade through this stuff.
We moved down and crossed the river to get a better vantage point on the rising fish, but regardless, it became clear to me that I was in for a master lesson on Spring Creek fishing. There was no lack of fish, but man, were they tough.
Oh yeah. I think if we sneak up from the opposite bank, right where that fish is usually where the studs are.
Yeah, see, that's a nice fish. Sea fish. There is a huge fish right here. A good 20 plus fish. Baby. Look at that. There we go. Nice, Rob. Finally. I gotta get my mojo back.
There's a lot of these little guys in here.
What's that?
A lot of these horizon fish are this size.
That's all right. Even those little guys, in these conditions are worth every inch, because I'll tell you, as I said earlier, this is friggin' humbling. It is humbling. I like to consider myself a reasonably good dry fly guy, and I do fish dry flies a lot on my home water. And you know, I won't say that I'm 100% successful, because that'd be a blatant lie, but in these conditions, these fish are tough.
Yeah, you're gonna have to mend a couple of times through there. Oh, he took it.
As you can see, I'm struggling a little bit. Dylan is doing a great job of putting me in the right position, and he just suggested I move up like 5 feet, just so I can be a little more perpendicular to these fish. We're seeing fish out here both rising and in the water, and that, of course, goes without saying, that's an indication of the clarity of this water. These fish are unforgiving. That, along with the fact that this river does receive a relative amount of pressure, you have to have your game on to get these fish consistently. I'm kind of thinking I'm starting to get it dialed in, but I got to tell you, it's a little bit humbling for me right now, but I'm going to persist. We found a system that seems to be working. We've got a couple of small fish, so I'm just going to keep going at it and doing what Dylan tells me to do.
Really good, Rob. Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's nice.
It is 5X on there.
Yep.
Big rainbow. You're doing a great job. I know he's gonna get spooked the first time I get there, so get ready for a run if I miss him. If you can kind of surf and fold him my way. Oh, he's in there. Nice job, Rob. Yep, you're doing a great job. Got him.
Nice.
There's your
Nice
fish.
Good fish. Thanks, brother.
Nice work, Rob.
That's great. Good fish. Take that all day.
You might expect this area of the Rockies to be rich in wildlife, and you'd be right. I wasn't, however, expecting to see a big cow moose join in on the action, despite Dylan mentioning that there was an animal that frequented the area. We watched her for a bit, but gave her a wide berth as we moved downstream. And then, after crossing the river, her little calf came out to have a little salad and a drink. It was a pretty cool experience to be so close to these magnificent animals, but at the same time, it's important to give these creatures their space, particularly in the presence of young. We kept our guard up with the mother and moved well downstream to the next run, and came across another gorgeous piece of water that immediately held promise.
There's 2 of them.
So if you want to put a presentation with your dry from here, I don't think they're spooked yet. If you want, I'm gonna go make this a little bit shallower.
Okay. There's at least 3 fish. There's at least 3 18-inch fish in there.
Yeah.
We go after them?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Rob, we were talking about different fish.
Yeah.
Take that out. I'm gonna give you a dropper.
Okay.
That way we don't line them with the dry. And in reality, unless you see one rise, let's just assume we're gonna get them on the dropper.
Okay.
So give me, because that's the zone that I want to prioritize today.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is make this a little deeper.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about, I thought I saw something on our side of the weed bed there.
Do you see the fish now?
Oh yeah, no. Yeah. So I would inch your way almost to that weed so you can lift over almost all of it.
Okay.
And that way you don't have to mend right over where you don't want to, right?
Okay.
If your gut tells you you're getting too close to the fish, I understand.
Okay.
But
I understand.
I think if you get that line peeling across
Yeah.
too fast, it's gonna put them down just as much as getting close to them.
Okay, so I'll go out to the edge.
Yeah, like right about
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah.
If you have to lift them over the weed bed, it's best down there. So if you can let them run down,
Yeah. Okay.
then lift them.
Okay. There's a bunch in there, dude. There's a bunch in there.
I know. That's why I was trying to take you here, Rob.
As my eyes adjusted, it was clear that I was fishing to far more fish in that run than I originally thought. There were likely 50 to 75 fish in front of me, with only a small percentage being the 3 to 4 pounders that I was hoping for, making it kind of a statistical improbability that I would connect with a trophy. Regardless, though, I experienced some of the best fly fishing I've ever had, and while doing so, gained a wealth of information from Dylan, and truly feel that I walked away from this one being a better angler.
There we go. Not a big one. I'll get him out of there. I'll get him out of there. One of the things that you deal with in a spring creek like this, because the fishing is so healthy, there's so many of these smaller fish that will often get to your fly before the big ones. Now I can still see them. But that's just something you got to deal with.
Rob,
Yeah.
you're putting it great. I would mend immediately after.
Okay.
Because that nymph is probably, I don't know. It's going to take longer to sink than you think.
Okay.
I think the bigger fish might be, well, you can see them, but don't be afraid to mend.
Okay. There's a good one.
Nice.
There's a
job,
good one.
Rob. Good job getting them over. Rainbow, huh?
Not one of those behemoths. Still a nice fish.
God, they're all colored like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Pretty fish.
Thanks, buddy.
Nice. I got two things going for me here right now. First of all is a good guide. Second of all is a 10-foot rod. On these spring creeks, your mending is critical. There's a lot going on between the rod tip and where the fly is. You might have a quicker current coming down the middle, so you've got to mend accordingly. This hopper dropper rig, basically, you don't want to overthink these things. Dylan has, because he fishes here often, he's got the distance pretty much dialed in. I'm not picking up weeds. I'm not getting caught on bottom. This is about 4 feet from the hopper or a chubby Chernobyl or any kind of foam in, but this is just the indicator. Yes, a fish could come up and eat it, so you're just upping your odds, but rather than putting on a conventional indicator, the hopper dropper gives you the same effect, and then with a tungsten bead nymph at the bottom, you're set to go. You don't need any additional weight. That tungsten will drive it down quickly, and it'll stay down throughout the drift. And that's all we're doing. It's not difficult, but again, this 10-foot rod affords me a little better mending capability, and the rig is working for itself. we've given a little rest here. I'm going to go see if I can get one of those big guys that's swimming around in there. Nice.
Better fish.
He jumped. He jumped over.
Nice. Oh, that's a fish. Oh, beautiful. I'm gonna try and get down there.
Yep. Is that a brownie?
Yep. There we go.
Look at him. Just a nice gentle release. Yeah, that's perfect. He goes right back in there, eh?
All right, nice work, Rob.
This is about as much fun as you can have with your pants on. Another one. Oh, come up, come up. Come on. Come on. There we go.
There he is. You got him through. Nice job, Rob. We'll take him too.
Yeah, all day.
There we go.
Flies and gear that we used in Sun Valley was typical trout fare. While it's safe to say that most of the patterns we fished here, you likely fish on your home water, there are some patterns that I would say you can't be without, in addition to what you already have. First and foremost, have an assortment of foam dry flies, such as Chernobyl ants, stones, and caddis from 12 through 6s. This is mainly to support the dropper fly without having to redress every 10 minutes. That said, we did suspend nymphs under large polywing flies when the need came up. I would also recommend an assortment of tungsten bead heads, mainly because it allows you to skip using split shot and make for a little nicer presentation on the dry dropper rigs. 4 weights through 6 weights will cover most of your needs, and as we talked about, a 10-foot rod is definitely an asset, but not a hard and fast requirement. I don't mind being pampered on occasion at the all-inclusive lodges, but I'm definitely more of a DIY kind of guy. You're not on anyone's schedule, you can go at your own pace and eat what you want. Ketchum has the perfect arrangements for the do-it-yourselfer and a large assortment of rental units from Michael's Vacation Rentals. They are more than comfortable and come with all of the amenities that you need to wind down and recharge after a day of fishing.
You know, urban fisheries don't just exist without assistance. And the Bigwood River here in Sun Valley, Idaho is no exception. Today, we're with Project Bigwood, and we're going to be doing some water sampling and a little bit of fishing to get a feel and give you folks an idea of what urban fisheries require to bring them back from negative influences such as development, agriculture, so on and so forth. I'm really kind of pumped about this because it's something a little different than what we normally do, and getting involved with these groups is always motivating.
I'm Amanda Bauman, and I'm the Executive Director of Project Bigwood and a guide for Silver Creek Outfitters. Project Bigwood was founded in 2022 by a diverse group of invested anglers looking to increase awareness and conservation on the Bigwood River here in Idaho. Over time, we've seen declines in the fishery on the Bigwood River, as well as a weakening macroinvertebrate environment. Dewatering events are becoming more frequent, warming climate throughout our region, and a lack of snowpack. Since Project Bigwood was founded, we've really invested a lot of time into data collection. We believe that restoration really happens through our 4 core values, which are data collection, advocacy, education, and earthworks. And we believe data collection really is the basis of how decisions should be made, and hope that with more consistent data, we can inform regulatory changes and or influence local policies in order to preserve the Bigwood River for generations to come.
I'm Miles Sweek with Project Bigwood, and today we're on the Bigwood River and we're taking some water quality samples. This is one part of our data collection arm that we're doing, and basically all it is we're taking a filtered sample of only the chemical composition of the water. So our first step of the whole process is basically just rinsing our equipment, making sure that there's no contaminants or just remnant sample from our last site in there. We don't want to double test samples. Once we do that, that's when we can actually fill up our syringe here. And once we get it full, we break open our little filter here. This is just to clear out any organic matter, detritus, rocks and dust and sediment. And once we attach our filter, we want to run a little bit of water into it, and then we open our sample bottle. Oh yeah. Being careful not to touch the rim or touch the inside with your fingers. We put about 10 milliliters into the bottle, and then we cap it and we rinse it. And we do this 3 times just to really ensure the integrity of our separate sample sites and not try to overlap those. Once you've thoroughly rinsed your sample compartment, that's when you can start injecting your full sample, being sure to not drop the lid. Fill our bottles up right to about the neck crease, and then it's ready to be sampled. There we go. And then we always discard our filter after every site. There we go, there's a water sample taken.
After the work was complete, the 3 of us spent the afternoon fishing a beautiful little section of water and really just had fun. Going back and forth, catching some fish, and just having a bunch of laughs.
Boy, they are acrobatic.
Oh, yes!
Brown? No, it's a rainbow, yeah. Nice. You tag?
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah. So that was a tagged fish, and that's just one of the other projects that they're using. We recorded the number, so Miles will get that back to the powers that be, and they're looking at things like telemetry, movement of migration, survival rate, how many times they get caught, and again, it's just all part and parcel to the ongoing efforts to bring this river back to where it once was. It's pretty cool stuff.
No matter where you are, there are people like Amanda and Matt, and projects like this one. If you take advantage of your local fishery, I strongly encourage you to get involved. Be it through membership, volunteer services, or just a small donation, everything helps. To find information on Project Bigwood, visit their website, projectbigwood.org.
Well, we got to close things out here in Idaho. I'm going to tell you folks, I strongly recommend you visiting Sun Valley. This place is spectacular. We fished 5 different systems in 5 days with 5 very different experiences. We want to thank Visit Sun Valley for having us, and Silver Creek Outfitters and all their staff for taking such good care of us and keeping us into fish all week.
And to watch other episodes of The New Fly Fisher, visit us on YouTube, or you can find us on the web at thenewflyfisher.com.
Until next time, please conserve our waters, and we hope to see you on the river.
The New Fly Fisher is supported by Visit Idaho, Visit Sun Valley. Vair Watches. Scientific Anglers. Trout Unlimited.